Yes, 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 yes. How are you? So you know how we do it on the show. I guess you're wondering, what am I doing here? Well, today's show, I'm bringing you into my study. A little bit of like Bible study. But before we do anything, I have to ask that question. How are you? How are you? Not rhetorically now, but really, how are you? I'm doing fine myself. So you know how we do it on the show. This is the space where we come in to lean on one another's experience and forge a positive path. And that's why we're here. So today I have something special. You can see I'm with my crew. So I want to talk about, it's been with me for a while. I've been processing it and all of that. It is worship, music, and the quantum realm. It sounds like a DC or a Marvel title, right? But it isn't. It isn't. It's something that's been with me. So in course of my study and all of that, I stumbled upon this material which spoke aptly to the subject matter, and I was like, whoa. So I said, I need to share that with you. Are you ready? Music. A lot has been said about it in time past. Who originated music? Who was the father of music? Blah, blah, blah. But before I do anything, you remember the sound playing, don't you? Yeah, we did it on Project April, Songs of Ascent. That was almost a year plus ago. It's called the Metamorphosis of Worship. I believe strongly that we as human beings were created by God for worship. We were meant to worship Him. And one very vital aspect of worship is sound, music. When you gather people and you say, it's time to worship, the very first thing that you will most likely see introducing it is sound. And we begin to mix it, fuse it. So, when did it all begin? I'm a Christian, you know that, and all of my thoughts, my convictions come from this, and I don't play with it. So, the Hebrew culture, yes, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and the patriarchs, that's where our Christian, what I say, thoughts stems from. And we don't run away from it, we embrace it. As part of the Hebrew culture, music is very vital in their worship and all of that. So we're going to start from there. When did it all begin? If you look at the origin of music, when you look at the book of Genesis chapter 4, verse 21, and I'm going to just read a verse from here. His brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all those who play the harp and the flute. So this was the very first place music or instruments were mentioned, obviously pointing to music, flute, harp, and all of that. So Jubal was the father of string instruments. The word jubilee is connected to music, and it came from the name Jubal. So you see that cultural connection here. So, and he's a descendant of Cain and Abel. Yeah. So that's where it all began from. Music again is seen after the flood. When you look at Genesis chapter 31, verse 27, when Laban was sending forth Jacob, his son-in-law Jacob, and the family. He did that with music, celebration, funfair, and they were all dancing and all of that. So even after the flood, it was there, music. Then music is also seen in the book of Exodus, as a form of praise. Exodus 15, verse 1 to 21, when Moses and Miriam did that victory song. When you go through the scriptures, you see that. So in celebrating victory, because victory is part of worship, you see them doing all of that. Then also music as a tool for teaching and admonition. We see that in Deuteronomy 31:30, Moses' song of instructions. You also see that in Exodus 15, like I said a while ago, verse 1 to 21. So it's a form of a tool for teaching. You can see that Moses using music to instruct the children of Israel. Even today, you find out that even when you want to teach certain subject to children in kindergarten and what have you, you come to see that the music element comes into it. It helps in the easy transmission and communication, just like ABC, 1, 2, 3, and all of that. You come to see rhyming here and there. Yep. So music also is seen in battle. Yes. A very good reference here is in the book of Joshua, Joshua chapter 6, verse 4. The story of the wall of Jericho. Very interesting, very interesting. They used the way that war was fought, it was through music. Joshua sent forth the musical priest with the horns and all of that. So this is my take. When you look at the book of Joshua chapter 6, verse 4, the story of Jericho, the wall of Jericho, that song, came falling down. I did a research some time ago. I came across this material that was pointing to how the wall of Jericho came down. Some of us think it fell like bread particles, crumbs. But no, the story or the material points to the fact that when the sound from the priest rose up to heaven, it was like calling divinity, connecting with divinity, and it's like the angels came down, and as they were coming, their presence brought down the glory of God. The weight of his glory came upon the wall, and each sound that went up brought down the weight of the glory. Each sound that went up brought down the glory, and it was that was what happened. The wall sank, it did not fall. The weight of God's glory pushed it down. And from archaeological discoveries and all that within that area in the Middle East, it has been even said, yes, the wall did not fall apart, it was buried. That is the power of music. So we also see it, in celebrations. Judges chapter 5, verse 1 to 3, Deborah and Barak's victory, their victory song of praise after, in battle. Jephthah's daughter also greeting her father, with the timbrels and singing and all of that. Now, when the children of Israel left Egypt under the leadership of Moses, and when they got to the promised land, Moses, by the leading of the Spirit of God, did constitute or put together an order, a Levitical order, how things will be done, how the children of Israel will move, things they will do, and all of that. But do you know what? Music was not part of it. He did not institute the Levitical order of music, but David was one person when he came on the scene, instituted the Levitical order of music from 1 Samuel chapter 16 Verse 23, you see it also in 18:6. David was so skilled with harp. He was very skilled. You know that story of Saul when the evil spirit came upon Saul. They got David who played the harp. So he wasn't just playing it for the fun and all of that. Beyond that, he was playing it as a form of worship. So he understood the Levitical order of worship, and David went on to institute that order of music. You remember when the Ark of the Covenant was to move, and David put together the musical team and everything, and he went before it dancing. Even his wife looked down on him, he was crying. His wife looked down on him and was like, a king doing that? But because he understood it, he knew the essence of music fusing with worship. So he did not take it lightly. But even though in course of the ark being moved, something happened and there was death. So the ark moved and stayed in the house of Abededon, and he kept it there for a while. But David went back. Yes, doing his own, what I use the word due diligence, research and searching and praying. And when it was time, the ark was moved. But again, when David did this, instituting the Levitical order of music and worship, he brought a clan. Yes, he brought a clan. It was like your sole responsibility would be to handle music as would I use the word institution. You are going to teach it, you're going to practice it, you're going to pass it from one generation to the other. And you hear names like Asaph, Jeduthun. These were people that were from that supposedly tribe. Their responsibility was to teach music. And you come to ask yourself, teach music? What's the importance of music? This is the importance of music. It forms a very pivotal role in worship. And sometimes I hear people say, I can write music. Well, I beg to differ. I'll tell you why. Music is not written in that sense. We listen to music, and upon hearing it, for those of us who are gifted, talented in that area, I must say, or have the discipline, we come to more or less come up with some chords, progressions, notes, ciphers, if I must use that word, and somehow we create it and we pass it from generation to generation. And you can see people now say, I can read music. But in my opinion, you have good ears for it, and you're gifted and talented and disciplined enough to bring it. So you come to see that David gave a clan, more or less. Asaph, Heman, Jeduthun, the responsibility to put music together and pass it from generation to generation, because music has the power to capture, encapsulate the mind of God and transmit it from one generation to the other. That is what music can do. Now, when you look at it, there are certain terminologies and certain terms when you look at scriptures, the word of God. Like in the book of Psalms, you see certain terminologies like Selah, Miktam, Maskil. When you go through the Bible, you see these things. And some of us sometimes will look at it and it's like, what do they really mean? Do they really mean anything? Do they stand for something? And in course of my study, I went through it and whoa, I discovered so much. And I'm going to share that with you. and we make progress. We have the word like Selah, Miktam, Maskil, Shigan, Gittith. To the chief musician, this one is very interesting. Neginoth, Nehiloth, Alamoth, Sheminith, Higain. Then Mizmor, which means psalm, song of ascents. Now, Selah. Selah, what does it mean? It is most common in musical terms in the book of Psalms, appearing 71 times. Its exact meaning is debated, but widely it is agreed, or rather we come to understand it to be, it indicates pause and interlude. Just like when you listen to a musical piece, when it rises, the crescendo, and it gets to that peak and it drops, like a Selah moment, it is called, that interlude. So you see that in meditation, reflection, or musical emphasis. Some scholars suggest it might signal a change in musical direction. When you pause, you need to take it and all of that. Then we have Miktam, is found in 6 Psalms. Psalm 16, 56 to 60. The meaning of Miktam is uncertain. It refers to a particular type of poetic style or musical composition. Some translate it as a golden poem, indicating something precious or hidden, while others see it as a reference to a specific melody or genre. The maskil, it's appearing in several Psalms. 32, 42, 44 Psalms, Maskil is often understood to mean a contemplative or instructive psalm. Just like we said a while ago, music helps to carry out certain teachings and instructions, like we see with the prophet Moses. So indicating that the psalm was meant for teaching or reflection. It may also suggest a type of skillful music or artistry, in composition. Shigan, this term appears in Psalm 7. It means to denote a wild, passionate, and emotional song, possibly with irregular rhythms or expression, and all of that style of performance. It reflects intense emotion, such as lamentations or joy. Gittith. So this is mentioned in Psalm 8, 81, and 84. Gittith may refer to a musical instrument or a tune originated in Gath. Yes, you heard that. A Philistine city is thought to represent a specific style of music associated with joy and festivity. To the chief musician, I'm going to pause here for a bit, because when you look at the Psalms, you see to the chief musician, to the choir master, or the choir director. Some translations will say to the shining one. Sometimes we think this chief musician is a human being. No, he's not a human being. No, he's not. In my opinion, he's not a human being. It is God revealing himself as the choir director, the chief musician. Because in actual sense, if you ask yourself this question, do you even understand how to worship God? Do you know how to go about, raising praise and worship to him? So God comes down. A good example of this is somewhere in the book of Genesis. If you remember, when Jacob, was moving with his family and he wrestled with a man. The way the scripture puts it there is a man from God. There's this term in course of my study that I came across, theophany, referring to, God appearing before his time, as it were, in human form. You can also see that when Joshua was at the battle of, I think that was the battle of Ai, or before the battle of, no, that was the battle of Jericho, when this angel, so to say, appeared before him and he asked him, who are you? Are you for us or against us. He said, I'm neither for you nor against you. I am the captain of the host of the armies of heaven. And Joshua bowed before him. So it's like the chief musician coming down, the shining one, that conspicuous one. Who is the shining one? The shining one is divinity. So he is the chief musician. He comes down, embodying, so to say, taking that body and showing his people how to worship him in that language, in that expression. Meginoth. This term is found in titles such as Psalm 4, 54, 61, 67, and 76. It refers to stringed instruments. Psalms with these instructions were likely to be, accompanied by the instruments like the lyre or harp. Nehiloth, meaning appearing in Psalm 5. Nehiloth likely refers to wind instruments such as flutes, and suggests that these psalms were accompanied by such instruments. I love this one, Alamoth. Alamoth is found in Psalm 46. This term refers to the high-pitched voices or instruments, just like what we will refer to as the feminine essence, the soprano, the soprano, those voices, young women, to play this music. Hope I'm not boring you. Well, what I came to do today is to, point you in that direction. Sheminith. Well, almost, yes, Sheminith. Now, this is seen as the eighth. It refers to the lower octave, the male, the bass, so to say, voice. It's found in Psalm 6 and 12. You see that the voice, Sheminith. Then we have Higan. This term appears in Psalm 9, 16, and refers to a musical interlude or a moment of meditative thought. It could also signify a low, murmuring sound or solemn musical reflection. Then we have Mizmor. Mizmor is the same word translated to psalm. Yes, it comes from the Hebrew word, as in psalm, comes from the Hebrew word Mizmor, which refers to a song accompanied by a musical instrument. Most psalms with this title were meant to be sung with stringed instruments, songs of ascents. We see that. Yes, we did. Project April, if you remember, was titled Songs of Ascents. So you find this in Psalm 120 to 134. They are labeled as songs of ascents. What does it mean? Ascents, to move, to ascend. There's something about music and worship. When we get into that atmosphere, there is this, for a lack of better expression, there is this suspension. Time is suspended. The laws of physics does not exist there. It is like the quantum realm. Now let me tell you something. When Oppenheimer, the name behind the atomic bomb, himself, Max Planck, and the rest of them during the exercise, when they were testing it got to a place. Planck told him, there is no sound. This place is so quiet. Actually, it was Max Planck that came up with that term, quantum. It's a dimension where the laws of physics that you and I know, particle physics, does not hold sway. Everything does not follow that Newtonian principle. That is where, in my opinion, divinity steps in. You remember that story? That story about John the Beloved on the island of Patmos, on that fateful day, the Lord's day, when he saw the vision, the revelation of Jesus that was given to him, the way he described it, he fell as though dead. It's like time stopped. Not like time did stop. The best way to describe what he saw, he said, I saw them as the elders casting their crowns. And in my opinion, they were casting their crowns. They were worshiping the Lamb that was slain. What sound do you think he would have heard? Like the shining one appearing to him and showing him. So I saw this movie. It's a Jewish movie, Songs of Names. So there is this Jewish practice, I beg your pardon. They commit to memory the name of an entire village. So something happened during the Second World War. Somebody was trying to trace his parents, and he got to this place where the rabbi was calling the names of the dead, the departed. More than 1,000 names, but in a musical contraption. He was just calling their names. And he got to the part where he called the names of this man's family, and he started weeping. That is the power of music. It lifts you into that realm, yes, where physics, the laws, the Newtonian laws cannot dictate anything to you, but the shining one leading you. So you see, physics describes light as a particle, as a wave. It describes, what about sound? Like a particle, like a wave, but there comes into that dimension of divinity where everything stops. All I give to him, all my love. This is what I've come to do. Hey, you are the reason I pour my love on you. I pour my love on you. Oh, the immortality that dwells in unapproachable light. Who can stand before you? We come. You are the reason for the season. Our hearts unto you, Yahweh. That's who you are. The life giving, the
Israel. You are the reason why we're here. Let it, let it, let it. Spirit of the Lord, Lion of the tribe of Judah, I go and equal thee, and it burns up all your enemies, and it takes away Lion of the tribe of Judah, yes, I'm lion to it before thee, and it burns up all your enemies, and it takes away, Jehovah, Spirit of the living God, come and have your way. Spirit of the living God, holy, 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 yeah. We call on you. Oh, let it, holy, 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 holy. Spirit of the living God, we call. You are the one who knows the mind of the Father. We yield to you, we yield to you, we yield to you. You are the shining one of Israel. Holy are. We lift it up, we lift it up, we lift it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We lift it up to you. Spirit of the living God, we call on you. This very moment, this very instant, this very hour, you are the shining one. You are the shining one. You are the shining one of Israel. The immortality that dwells in unapproachable light. Who can stand before you? No, 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 no. Jehovah, that is who you are. Holy One of Israel. We give you all. Yeah, 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 yeah. Holy, 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 holy. We call on you. You are the reason why we're here. Let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. In my heart, in my life, in my home, in my nation, I call. I call. Let it, let it, let it. Holy, 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 holy. We call on you. We call on you. Let it, I stand before you. You are the mighty and terrible one. Ah, yes. You led them at the pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. Jehovah Nissi, there is none like you. You are beautiful. Jehovah Nissi, there is none like you. No, Jehovah Nissi, there is none like you. You are the one that I call. You are the one that I lift my voice to. Hey, hey. You are the one that I call. You are the one that I lift my voice to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The love of my life, you are. The strength of my life, you are. You are the one that I follow every day. You lift me, you lift me, you lift me, You are the one. You are the one. There is none like you. You are the one. You are the one. You are the one. You are the one. I will lift it up. I will lift it up. There is none like you. There is none like you. You are the love of my life, say. You are the love of my life, say. The one who leads me, the one I follow, yeah. No matter what, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, I will call on you, yeah. I will call. You are my refuge, my dwelling place, my hiding place. I will follow you, I will follow you. There is no. You are the one. You are the one. You are the one. The love of my life, I call on you right now. Nissi, I call on you. Nissi, that's who you are. Nissi, say, Nissi, that's who you are. I call on you, yeah. Nissi, I call on you, I call on you, I call on you, I call on you, so beautiful. I call on you, you are. You are my everything. I call on you. You hey, hey. We see that who you are, that who you are, that who you are. We see it's beautiful, beautiful. Say, we see the love of my life, that's who you are. We see the love of my life, that's who you are. We see the one that holds me and everything. I will give him all glory. He's worthy. He's worthy. Hey, yes, he's worthy. The one who lifts me up, the one who leads me, the one that I follow. Yes, guys, you know how we do it on the show. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary. And his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary, increases the power of the weak. Yes, even youth grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. And those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Nisi, Nisi, I will call on your name, Nisi. You are the one that I call, Nisi. And my heart wants to fail, I will call, Nisi. When it feels like my strength cannot carry me, no, Nisi. When it feels like the world is coming down on me, Nisi, I will, because you are, Nisi, I will, you are, Nisi, will call. Hey, you will not let me down. Nisi, 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 oh. Let it be, Nisi. I will let go, I will call on you right now and say, Nisi, 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 Nisi. You said I should call now. In the day of trouble, you will answer me, yeah. My dwelling place, that's you. My refuge, that's who you are. I will, I will, I will, I will, I will, I will, I will. Hey, I So guys, this is how we wrap it on the show today. This is the space where we come in to lean on one another's experience and forge a positive path till I come your again.